Oh my goodness, this nigga's still talking.
Mm, mm, mm. How y'all doing, man? Ball in America, living vicarious. All right, y'all doing good? Me? Oh, my fault. I'm not. This is the Just Talking podcast, and we're here for another episode. Um, man, oh man. I guess like the first thing I'd like to say is like I'm upset, bro. I'm upset. My leg hurts again. It's not bad. It's like it's just like soreness, bro. But so I'm understanding. I'm understanding why so many niggas were out. What was it? Sunday? Not Sunday. What was it? Last Sunday? No, no, no. There was a day where niggas or where people were all like, "This is the worst day in NBA sports." It was like the day it was the Celtics and the Bucks, and the Celtics got blown out basically. But it was like basically the day before they went, or 2 days before they went overtime against the Timberwolves. And there was like a lot of overtime games. Like I think it was the day before actually, like literally the day before. So I wasn't. It was a bad night of games, but I didn't think it was that crazy, especially after a lot of the stuff that happened the night before. That's just the luck of the draw. All right, the people who tuned in tonight didn't have the heart of the cards. But that's besides the point. But nah. So I went and I was playing hoops with some of the guys. Odd number, so we were just playing 21. And man, oh man, yeah, nah, I need to get on a cardio grind because I was huffing and puffing. In the first game, like in the first game, one of my other friends, like one of the people who were playing, like one of my other friends, he went and he took the water break first. I was like, well, I'm glad you said it, guy. Man, oh man, this is crazy. And that won like all three games basically. That man was having the best day of his life. No one could keep up. Golly. But we ended up playing. I'm thinking it was three. Maybe it was only two. And it was just like that second one just felt like a third. So it was like we were playing one of the last ones, right? And I'm not this is the worst part about it. I'm not even wearing hooping shoes. And like I was all like, dang, I can either like I looked at what I had and I didn't have my Kyrie's on me because it was in my car and my brother took my car. So I was like, fuck. And the friend that I usually be borrowing shoes off of if I go hooping sometimes, if cases like this might happen, he wasn't coming. And I hope he's safe wherever he is. I think he's traveling or traveling back at this point. But we having a good time. But yeah, ignoring that, fucking I'm fucking so it ends up being a one-on-one because one of the homies got tired, so they were sitting out. So it was just me and the man that had unlimited stamina, damn near it felt like he wasn't getting tired. And he was about to win. Like, I think he only needed to like score one or two more times. And he made sure he wasn't on like odd number or some shit. And I'm like, I'm not wearing any basketball shoes. Shit, I brought my ones, like high top ones, but I'm like, those aren't comfortable to jump in. And I was already knowing that like I'm trying to like use this to just test out my knee and my leg. with little to no bracing on it. Like I brought my braces just in case, like my knee braces, and I had like a soft ankle brace on, nothing crazy. But I was all like, yeah, let me test this shit out. And unfortunately, since I didn't even have the shoes for it, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wear these. What is it? The Ultra Boost, the Adidas Cloud Boost joint. You know, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Ultra Boost. Let me see. Yeah, I was wearing like those are old ones too, bro. These joints are like a few years old, but it was either that ones which I already knew my feet would be crying even more than they are now, or fucking my Nike shoes, which them joints I can flip those bitches over and there's no grip. Them joints are smooth. Those are for carpet walking on only. Like, but basically, because whatever happened when I was there would have been worse. But basically, what happened, I don't even know if he was like doing a snatch back or fucking just a cross or what. But basically, I'm like, I'm hedging a little bit on the ball, like up and down on him, just because he can shoot. I don't want him to have a clean shot or put up like a bull because he was testing out a bullshit floater too. I'm calling it bullshit just because like I like the range that he was hitting them some of them joints from. And then even it kind of looked kind of goofy. No offense. Let me not hate. They're going in though. So I was like, all right. So I was like, I be hedging up and down, and this would be my issue, cause it's like once like I really get adrenaline pumping, I be forgetting about certain things. Obviously, like I could tell like my knee and my leg weren't like up to par, so I wasn't doing anything super duper crazy even the entire day. Like I wasn't trying to do any like athletic finish. Dog, I couldn't even get like a consistent set of bunnies, so I couldn't even like lay the ball up at first, cause like it was just I was trying to jump and it just like felt uneven. So it took me a while to even like get like a little bit more into that. But what was I saying? But yeah, I don't know if you like I and that's the thing. That's why I know like the move like it's one thing like I've gotten especially since I'm a willing defender. And like I said, when I get the adrenaline boost, I just be moving. I don't even be thinking. I'd be thinking about the possession. After that possession, I'm a huff and puff because I think even like before that, like I was already tired because like he was shooting it and I wasn't even getting the rebound. If there was a far rebound, I was like, there's no point. And at least for me, I couldn't drive left. Not because like, oh, I don't believe in my left hand type shit, but like in terms of like because when I drive, I boost off like the back leg. So if I'm going left, I'm gonna try and boost off my right leg. And like I said, I can't really boost off that joint. So it's like I had to like force things going right, and then if I wanted to go left, maybe try a spin or something. But at that point, when I'm that deep in, he's not trying to give me. He's not giving me an easy spin most of the time. Unfortunately, but yeah. I was dead, bro. I was trying to like get in that last possession. He fucking he did a whatever move, and I fucking I was like on my toes and shit moving back. So my left leg was already up, and or no, my right leg was already up. Then I was moving back, getting ready to try and step back into my onto my right leg. And I don't know if it was because like the positioning of my leg, like because it's like sometimes on the like at the ankle. I know that I'm not like standing. I guess straight is the best way to put it, like straight up and down all the time. So I was fucking standing, or either that or it was just like, cause like I said, shitty shoes, Ultra Boost, old Ultra Boost, like almost 4 years old at this point. 4 years old. Like I was wearing those, and I just whatever happened, that leg didn't land. Like it landed for a second, and it skidded, that leg skid, and then I just flopped over. The moment that leg skid, I already knew what was about to happen. Like in my head, I was like, ah, fuck, because I knew my other leg, my left leg, wasn't gonna be able to land on time. It had just went up. The right leg was supposed to be the stabilizing one. Nope. Fell. I don't even like. It was like the back left side type shit that I fell on. Like it was. It was like on my left side, but also on my back. Like so, I just fell. I fell like that, and because I was already prepared somewhat for the fall, it wasn't too bad. And I was, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like I didn't even want to get up at first. I was just laying there, and then like put the icing on the cake, because it can never just be a regular bad time. I'm just laying there, and nigga puts up a shot still. Tell me why the ball basically rims. Like it hits rim or whatever, and the rebound is coming directly to me, to around stomach to crotch area. So I have to like while I'm also like grieving in pain. All right, like grieving, not writhing or anything like that. Grieving in pain. All right. I also gotta go and roll away from that real quick. Nasty work, bro. Nasty work. I'm gonna go again this upcoming week. Gotta. Well, I'm gonna try and stretch out my ankle a little bit. Try and make this shit good enough to try and do it this week. At least for a little bit. Try and do it once a week. Maybe if it feels better, go back to twice a week. Or not go back to twice a week, but try moving it to twice a week. Maybe between that, adding in like weight training again. Whether that's through like various calisthenics or finding a gym, going to a gym, who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna go back. And this time, I'm gonna have my shoes. My Kyries. Like, and that's what I'm saying, because the Kyries, then like the bottom half is also like so heavy that it makes sure that it's like, and like he has a little bit like give and go like the grooves on the sides and everything, so they don't be slipping as easy. Like, it's a lot nicer. It's a lot nicer. I gotta get new balling shoes though. In general, like those Kyries, those not even the original Kyries I bought, bro. When I was in college, just like sophomore year, I had like the Black Magic ones. Like that was like the first one of the first colorways he released. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened to them. Like someone stole them bitches or something. I don't know. I lost them. I don't know. But did not have those Kyries any fucking more. And then I ended up having to buy the ones I have currently, which is the Oreo ones, which is cool, but it's not the Black Magic Kyries. And I was looking at Kyrie's recently and everything, and like the only ones I've seen is the Kyrie Infinities, and I'm just so confused because like, why is this a shoe when Kyrie didn't said that he wasn't fucking with Nike anymore? When did the Kyrie Infinities come out? Release date October 2022. Nah, Sam Nike had already kind of abandoned that nigga by then, right? Oh, okay. I guess it was the Nike eights that they stopped, maybe, or Kyrie eights. Goddamn. But are they now saying? Okay, yeah. At Nike, we believe there's no place for anti-Semitic. Yeah, literally, it was the month after the Infinities. Then they stopped, and they said they would no longer launch the Kyrie eights. Yeah, fuck these niggas. But yeah, that was basically a story from my week. uh, something I could add on to the group project stuff, because like I actually forgot like three, I guess, independent stories. maybe four technically, but we'll say we might save one of those, or we'll save some of the other ones maybe. But I'll say this. I'll say this. All right, because like I guess I didn't like exemplify it as much, but like it was very weird, bro. Like to at least to some people who I heard talk about afterward, it was just weird, bro. It was like that nigga's told me off random, and mind you, there's another black person in this group. And I didn't hear him say it to the other guy. Which is really, when you really think about it, that's the really fucked part. He was all like, Nana, I'm glad, yeah, or Nana, you really exemplify uh black empowerment or black men or some bullshit like that. I'm like, yo, bro, let's let's calm it down. Let's calm it down. Now, before we go into some Twitter nonsense stuff, let's let's look at this Twitter joint. There's this new page, or I don't think he's new in terms of like the Twitter space because I'm pretty sure he has a large number of followings. But I always be liking some of these, or a lot of these Dragon Ball Z accounts. Yeah, 2018 September. I feel like that's a lot when a lot of people joined, like 2018 ish. Because that's even when I first got Twitter. To be honest, I was like a good stream of people. But dog, he's literally there's someone, and I don't know if it's real or whatever. Like it's probably still artwork type real, but a 1985 Ford Saiyan, and it's a picture of like one of those Saiyan pods, and someone listed it for 1,000. And the reason why I put this here is because if I had the money and I had the space and I had the unmitigated goal. I can't say that fucking word. Unmitigated goal. I gotta just put unmitigated for first, and then you gotta hear that unmitigated. If I had the unmitigated goal, just the gumption to fucking do this, right? I I might just buy it, and why I say unmitigated goal, I mean in the sense of like if I was trying to have a family or whatever, having this, it wouldn't make sense unless like the girlie's also a big Dragon Ball Z fan. All right, and we just both agree. Look, man, this is where we're gonna keep it. All right, we put it out on Halloween, Christmas, baby. We decorate a little bit, all funs and games. All right, but it's just like this view. I can imagine myself like getting it. There's a possibility. There's like an inkling, but I already know. Like I'm gonna have. I already know I'm gonna have certain mangas. There's gotta be certain manga staples. Like I'm gonna have a little bit of libraries type setting. I'm just having like an office room or some shit. So I already know I'm gonna have that. Obviously, the girlie's gonna have to have a room or some shit like that, her own personal space if she'd like to. If this is the '70s, I could have said, although the kitchen could. If this was the '70s, I could have said that. Of course, this isn't the '70s, so I'm not saying that. This is the 2020s. Jesus Christ. Which is crazy because like even in these 2020s, I'm still getting told by ladies that I can't say that me and my girl should be co-leaders in a relationship because in my opinion, like if I'm gonna have to basically consult you on almost anything, like if you want me to be the figurehead, like that type of leader, that's fine. But like why like if we really consulting and we're both making like having like a basic agreement on about on the next steps that we're gonna take, I don't think I'm the leader. Like I think I'm the co-leader. I think we founding fathers in this bitch. You feel me? Founding mothers and fathers. I guess I don't know. Everybody likes that one, but who knows? Man, who knows? Um, yeah, nah. I don't even know what I was really going on about for a little bit. That was some. That was an argument that I actually had with my sister, and it was just weird because it's like it's. I just didn't like. I didn't like her usages or her examples because what she was really leaning on was she was like in the Bible, it says men should be leaders, and I'm like, okay, I guess, but if we really want to, I was all like, in my head, I was like, I don't got the time right now. But if we're gonna fight using the Bible, then we're gonna end up doing a lot more research, and you might end up looking a little bit weird, because I would argue that like, especially in those times, the aspect of leadership was completely different, or or what they considered leader, or in like what traits they exhibited or they chose to have exhibited from a leader, a little bit different in terms of what like was necessary for those times. So I would argue that yeah, like I don't know. I'm not saying, but like obviously I'm saying like in these like peaceful times, you know, in a land where inherently there's no slaves. Like I won't say inherently. I don't think inherently is the right word. Um, at least publicly, there's no slaves, right? Like slavery is illegal. I'm just gonna say like I don't understand the little leadership, non-leadership aspect. Niggas be like fucking niggas and girls be throwing out all this fucking time. Like I get it. I get it in the aspect of, and for this reason is why I got two examples that are gonna whew, touch these two things both ways. I will say I understand the societal pressures because my other sister ended up coming, and my sister was trying to like get her into the argument, and my other sister was like the I don't know why you bring the Bible up into this, but then she was like she's like society by society standards still we are at a point where men are expected to be leaders. Therefore, if you want to call yourself, that's what she was trying to go with it. Therefore, if you want to call yourself a man, you gotta be willing to pick it. I'm like, all right, word. And I'm like, if that's the case, then why don't we also use what society still determines what a woman should be like? That doesn't make any sense because we don't like what are we like labeling as leadership? And that's what I asked him. I was like, what is leadership? And then like, and then my sister was all like, like the first sister who was on the Bible, so it was like, when something's happening, the guy has to be the leader. And I was like, that's not telling me anything. And then my other sister was like, nah, she's talking about generally. But this is where they split. Because while my other sister was like, no, she's talking about generally, because my other sister was still trying to use the society point. The sister who was talking about the Bible stuff was all like, nah, in emergency situations. And then that's where I was like, pause. You're telling me that in an emergency situation, you're only gonna want the guy to make the decision? Because in certain emergency situations, like if my wife is more knowing about like if we have to move somewhere or something, and my wife is better knowledge about the schooling systems and the neighborhoods and stuff like that, or her job stuff is more necessary in certain areas and things like that, and me as well. Like there's so many factors that actually go into like these situations, in my opinion, that like usually from me seeing things, usually niggas people be getting hurt when they're not consulted about shit. Niggas be feeling bewildered half the time when they're not consulted about shit. And when niggas are just doing stuff on the fly, especially when something is going to affect their lives. So it's just like again, if you want me to be like the because the way my other sister was making it sound like it was like representative leader of the family, whatever. If you want that, if you want a nigga that's going to text you, fucking, uh, oh, did you get home safe? If you want a nigga that's gonna stand on the roadside of the sidewalk for you, that's fine. I get it. That's fine. If you want a nigga to like, and this is what I'm saying. And this is the other shit, because it's like if you don't really talk about how you want to be fucking how you want it done, then that's where shit can be led to problems. Because what one person is expecting a nigga to do, the other person not expecting or wanting a nigga to do all that. So I'm like, if you want a nigga to order your food, tell that nigga, yo, like after you're a lot more comfortable, y'all, if y'all going to the same places, that nigga already knows what you like or whatever, then you tell that nigga, yeah, order my food. Or that nigga can order it. Or some shit like that. But then there's some people that want to feel empowered to order their own food. Sometimes there are different days where they want you to order your food, and different days where they want to order their own food. All right. And look, I get that. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you want me to be like if there's a like the representative, I get of the relationship. I understand that to an extent. I'm just saying, like, do not delude yourself with such silly expectations. That's my 1-2 on that. And the perfect two situation segments from there, clicking off this fucking Saiyajin pod. All right, the two perfect segments into it is the Simone Biles stuff, and then this one tweet where I was just, it was a nigga this time, and I was just like, what the fuck is this world coming to? Well, I was just like, I never. And look, I'm not saying niggas don't deserve affection too, but golly. But look, first we'll see if we can find this nigga's tweet. All right, because the Simone Biles stuff, that's a couple of videos and whatnot that I would be showing or and whatnot. All right, but basically it was like, and I'm one of those people. Like, I feel like I've always said this whenever like text messages or stuff come out and people are just airing out their own relationship to the internet. I'm always like, yo, why are you showing niggas that? Like, what's your issue? No one asked you to show this. You were showing this by your own volition. You just like out here doing this. I always think that shit's goofy. Like, unless like you're showing it as proof or evidence for like actual crazy shit. Like recently, I don't know if I'm gonna ever get time to like focus on this story. There was a guy who girls ended up lying on him because there was one girl specifically who he basically rejected almost over a year before this nigga did these extra allegations, or this girl did these extra allegations, and like, and she did release the allegations recently, and was saying that he was out there giving a whole bunch of different girls HIV, knowing that knowing he had HIV for months, saying that, oh yeah, I was just giving it to you because I couldn't just let you walk by me without fucking. It was like the text messages were all some weird shit too, but hey. Also, I haven't even talked about the Jews in the tunnel. All right. Which is crazy when you think about like stereotypes too that have been attributed to them, which I'm not going to talk about because I'm not anti-Semitic. All right, these niggas ain't gonna get me how they got my brethren Kyrie. Oh no! Did this nigga delete his post? No! 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 I didn't think he was gonna delete it. So many other niggas were commenting on it too. Either that or he blocked me. All right, wait. Let me. I'm mad. I'm mad too because there's other niggas in that quote circle who are also on some weird shit with him, saying that he was thinking, Oh, man, oh man. All right, I'm just gonna have to find it my fucking self at some point. Cause, geez, I didn't think he was gonna actually do that. That's some lame shit. Let me see. Did anybody? Doesn't look like anybody quote. Oh, or anybody took a picture. Even other niggas. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's because niggas was still on him, bro. This post that said that just from 4 to 2 hours ago. He made this like 2 days ago. All right, so basically, this man was like quote tweet. Funny enough, he was quote tweeting something that he didn't even need to quote tweet for real, because it wasn't even about shit like for him for real, for real. If I can find it, I'm serious about making the video soon. So whenever I can find the actual like screenshot of the tweet, I'm gonna pull it on there. But basically, it was like text messages, and in the text messages, it read, or he quote tweeted it, and then he put it on there. But he was all like, it was the quote tweet was something about like relationships and like how girls aren't affectionate. So it was some, I think it was something like that, but I don't know. But basically, because it, and that's why it's like that quote tweet didn't matter because it didn't even make sense that he quote tweeted it and put it on there. But basically, and I'll put on like the page. I'm so upset with myself now. If I knew, I would have saved the picture. If I knew, I would have saved the picture. But literally, it was a text message, and it was a guy saying to his wife, mind you. Literally, the contact name was "Love of My Life." Like that's what he put for her contact name. All right. So for his wife, they were texting each other, and the guy was out hanging out with his wife, with his mom, right? So the wife literally asked, "Oh, where are you and your mom going to eat right now?" And the guy responds with, "Oh, just some place near where she lives." And then I think he says nothing special or some shit like that. But he doesn't like elaborate. He doesn't like talk about what he's gonna eat or whatnot. And I'll say this: I can't. I'm not here. I can't go line by line, but I'm going memory by memory line. So I'll say then and there, in my opinion, that nigga don't want to talk. Like, cause if somebody's asking, in my opinion, if somebody's making inquisitive questions like that, they are trying to expand the conversation. If you're kind of deading the conversation and whatnot, not really adding to it, that means you're not really trying to chit chat either. I get that. If you with your mom, you can't really like be looking up and down. So I don't blame him for that. I don't think she took it that serious either. But after that, out of nowhere, like this nigga just sends a picture of him and his mom. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay. Under that picture, she says, "Is that a new hat?" And then and then this nigga, and I wish I remember this exactly because it was like a 2 3 sentence message, but he was all like, "I don't understand why my hat is what you would talk about in a picture when I sent you a picture of me and my mom." Or like he was basically like insinuating that it was weird that she asked that he got a new hat, which I don't think that's weird at all. But I'm gonna go on. And then under that, she was all like, "Oh yeah," she was like, "Oh no, it's a good picture. I didn't. I just I just wasn't sure." Or she tried to like basically de-escalate it and whatever. And that shit blew me. And this is what I was saying with the like, "Oh, what if you want me to be the representative to make you feel comfortable or whatever, that's fine and everything." But and then within his post, he was all like, "Oh yeah, I wanted her to say that she liked the picture or whatever. Why didn't she say anything about the picture of me and my mom?" And I'm like, "Nigga, you just sent a random picture of you and your mom. Like, And that's why everybody under it, like now that I found the tweet, but this nigga like blocked it now or privated his account so nobody can see it. He was all like, a whole bunch of people are like, "What did you want her to say? She's seen you niggas before. The hat is new." That's what I'm saying. To me, like, if it was me, if I was in that situation and I was really gunning for affection, what I would have said on some on that like gunning for like I don't even think it would be like crazy gunning for affection. It's like a little cutesy shit. I would she if she said, "Is that a new hat?" I'm like, "Yeah, it looks good on me, right? Yeah, it's a nice hat. It makes me look handsome, right?" Like I would if it's that, then yeah, then that I'm gonna force you to like speak out like that. That's at most. Then if she calls me ugly, then that's a one funny route to go through the conversation. And then because it's my wife, I don't like it don't matter whether or not you call me ugly. We locked in, babe. Like, come on, bro. We on the same team for real, for real. Like you can say you can talk about my jumper, but you passing it to me on that pick and pop. You passing it to me on that pick and roll. We gonna make shit work. All right, y'all seen that one Pacers coach? I don't know. Rick Carlisle. He was all like, Carlisle, wife, pick. I can't spell for shit. And roll. That one tweet Rick Carlisle made about his wife. Oh, married my wife for. Oh yes, this is the quote tweet somebody put on it. But Rick Carlisle was all like, even dating a pretty girl gets boring after a while if she can't guard anybody. Rick Carlisle, out of context about his team. The full one was, being historically great on offense is fun, but even dating a pretty girl gets boring after a while if she can't guard anybody. Which is like, what? I guess I kind of get it. Dating a pretty girl, the pretty girl is offense, but like where he says he can't guard anybody. Oh, okay. I guess like get rid of other pursuiters. I get it. I get it. Rick Carlisle. See, this is why he's a top coach of the league, guys. This is why he's a top coach of the league. But then the quote tweet above it says, "Married my wife for three reasons. She's kind, a great listener, and three terrific instincts defending the pick and roll." And that's what I'm saying, baby. Like, if you want me to run a drop coverage, I'll run a drop coverage. If you want me to hedge, you know I can hedge. I'll get my leg on the line to hedge for you, babe. But we just gotta have that communication. So that's what I'm saying. This nigga was upset that she mentioned the new hat. And it was just weird to me because then all the other, and this is why I wish that the tweet was still there. All the other niggas who I guess have like who have been with people with trust issues or they have trust issues themselves or some shit were coming out the woodworks and being like, "Yeah, she weird because she said, is that a new hat?" And she didn't say nothing about the picture. I'm like, nigga, how is she weird for that? And niggas are all like, "See, girls always be trying to start something. Like, why are you trying to talk about the hat? Like, I got it from some girl or something." I'm like, nigga, nobody said that. Why are you inserting your situations into this nigga's life? She didn't say with no malice, like, "Who? What bitch gave you that hat?" No, he was with his mom. That nigga, like, what? Shit was crazy to me. I wish this nigga didn't block that shit, bro. Oh my gosh. But it's just so, like, I don't know, bro. Which is always like what kind of like I'll say that's what worries me about marriage in like the longer run. Just because it's like I'm gonna be dead ass serious with people with somebody at some point. Like there's only like I'm not gonna be rude about it. But it's gonna get to the point where I'm like, look, this is what this and this is. All right. If we want to continue this and this, and that has to be done. And if you have things that I have to be that needs to be done, and which is why and that hasn't been going on, then that's it. Cause it's like, nigga, this is a partnership. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit. Like, it's a partnership to me. It's all a partnership. I don't know why niggas or why people online or in different things be acting like it's not a partnership. Cause she even said like even like bringing it back to like the argument me and my sister was having. She even said like the wife according to the Bible is supposed to take care of the house. And I'm like, is that not a leader of the household at that point? Like that's what I'm saying. At that point, you're saying you want a representative, but then you want to be a Congress at the house. And I'm like, that's fine. If you want to be unity and we can't both speak at the same time, I get it. So it makes sense for one person answering the questions. But in my opinion, it's usually should happen in certain aspects. Like if I'm a plumber and my wife is a fucking a doctor, right? I'm not gonna have her sit with me and talk about the plumbing, and I'm not gonna sit with her and tell her that she shouldn't be using a certain tool for the surgeries. Like, hey, I think that should just be like the most. And obviously, those are like varying occupations, but it's like in my head, that's where the knowledge bases, like the knowledge and understanding bases, should be. Where it's like, all right, they have things like each of you will have certain things where you guys are both good at, both have knowledge or understanding to, and things that like are just more relevant in either of you guys' lives. Like you guys are two singular people trying to form a unity. So it's like I don't. That's the thing. And I guess on after looking at that one, like on the guys' side of things, all right, if we turn it over to the girls' side of things with Simone Biles, I get that shit even less. Since it's been so long, since the stuff happened, actually I might have it bookmarked. I'll take the time to look. If not, we're gonna cheat a little bit and use the ABBA and Preach video, um, along with some articles because I really didn't understand the Simone Biles thing, like why she was even getting like an ounce of like the hate that she was getting. To be honest, but basically, if you don't know, Simone Biles is one of the best, if not the best, United States gymnastics Olympian. I will be the first. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We pause that real quick. Calm down, Abba. Whoa, 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 whoa. That man chatting a lot. Man chatting a lot. But if let me see if I can find it before, because if not, if I can find it, I don't gotta use them. I found her tweet where she was asking the audience. Okay, yeah. I found the original video that people were getting mad at, so I'm gonna use that instead of Abba and Preach. Um, all right. So we're gonna play this full 2 minute video. I'm probably gonna speed it up somewhere a little bit. This is Jonathan Owens. He's on the defense, the Packers. I don't know his actual position, but to be fair, I don't watch football like that, so I don't even know all the defensive positions. I mostly know offensive positions because that's the ones they mostly talk about. You know, cornerbacks. Is he a cornerback? John. Hey, and apparently he's been playing. He's been playing well ever since these niggas been trying to talk about him. All right, so good workings for this nigga Jonathan Owens. I fucks with him. He was undrafted. He had like a come up story. I fuck with niggas that be having to grind for their shit. He's a safety. I didn't know what a safety is. 210 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries. I don't like how this nigga was playing good against my motherfucking Cowboys, but it's cool. But yeah, let's talk about this. They've met on like some dating app for rich people, and look, we'll get through the video and then I'll say extra thoughts. dating profile says she had gymnastics. Yeah, you know, so see, and Miss Biles did the right thing. All right, she went to his Instagram and started liking pictures. That's how niggas know. All right, that's the new age of dropping the handkerchief. All right, but y'all not hip yet. Y'all not hip. Let me stop. Nah, see, look. And this man, Ryan Clark, looked at him like, there's no way he didn't know. And I'm like, nah, and I can understand it somewhat. Because especially when you have like on a grinding type mindset, like a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers will admittedly say they don't have a lot of time to watch like their other contemporaries, like other streamers, other YouTubers, while still also keeping up with their lives and their profession. Because it's just like you don't have the time to focus on other people when you're doing that stuff. And me, I don't even watch the Olympics that much. Like if you said the name Simone Biles, I'll get it. But on a dating app, all I will say, after you saw Simone Biles and then you got to the IG, you were following each other, saw that she got a whole bunch of followers. That's where I'd be like, all right, this nigga's crazy. But that's where I'm like, all right, he might be capping in this story. But besides that, like up until the IG stuff, like how do you just be like, oh yeah, I just thought she had a whole bunch of followers, nigga? I don't know. Maybe because he was like, I'm not a big time player either. So why would somebody be trying to trap me or something? I don't know. I don't know. But like, if I see someone they got a whole bunch of followers and they message me, I don't know. Maybe he's like that. He just got like that. So they're gonna message him like that. Maybe that's why. See, a regular nigga like myself can't understand the workings of a man like him. I'm a civilian. Yeah, see? See, that's what I'm saying. They question that they get in between in it, so it's like it wasn't like this. These they didn't like say anything. Like they still questioned him. All right, and it's crazy that this nigga Ryan Clark did try to set him up a little bit, and he actually answered really well. So I'm really like that shit just blows me even more that they try to take that shit out of context. To be completely honest with you, it kind of blows me even more that they try to take that shit out completely out of context. But yeah. So basically, from this video, mind you, this wasn't posted on Twitter even by the original like the pivot people. So I don't know how far into this TikTok they actually did, or they sent the entire TikTok, whatever, whatever. And let me see if I can still find quotes. Y'all build the relationship y'all build together is a prize. Fuck y'all talking about. That's I feel like now. Oh yeah, now it wasn't like the crazy people saying anymore. Now it's like all the reasonable people have came out and started like redoing the clip talking about it because now it's like, damn, we didn't even know that this is a reason for y'all niggas to be wilding like that. But apparently, it's just weird to me. Oh, I found it. This is a TikTok video where somebody said like some basically crazier shit, kind of likened it with horoscopes with an astrology, and then we'll also watch Ryan Clark's response to it afterward, or response to all the situation. But basically, it was just like a whole bunch of haters hating women. Most of them were just like saying, "Wow, I can't believe that Simone Biles would even let somebody talk to him like that." And then they started like talking down about that nigga, which is crazy to me. But we'll push through. Qualtree said there are no enough jobs. This shit is crazy. Mind you, in that clip, none of that did he invalidate. He just said he didn't know. He said he was focused on other stuff. Mind you, he went from being undrafted. All right. Do you know how many rounds are in football? Do you know many? Like, there's not the NBA draft when there's only 2 rounds. There's like 7 rounds in the NFL draft, and he was undrafted. He worked his way up to be. I think he's like a starter on a Packers team. And he has I think he has two, maybe 2 touchdowns, but I know for sure one. And then some random chick was trying to clown him for only having 1 touchdown. Little did she know that this nigga plays on the defense. Defense isn't supposed to score. If he scored 1 touchdown as a defense, as a safety, that's actually really good, dummy. But this is what I'm saying. People just be chatting. Like, I don't even know a lot about football. Like, I do that. I knew that. No, he said at the time he did not know when when they met up on the dating app. All right, even me, I could call Cap about like certain portions, but god damn, I'm not even gonna continue this. Um, and just because we're kind of like clicking through and we haven't really seen any of the people who were actually talking bad about it, but oh yeah, Simone Biles also was on her Instagram, and she posted like a picture of her and her husband, and they were all like mood, whatever. Basically, where with her saying "fuck off" to all these people, and then somebody quote tweeted it and was all like, "Oh, quote tweeted somebody posting about it and said this happens every time y'all attempt to make people feel bad about being concerned that a black woman is with a problematic partner because she acts unbothered. The months or years later, the concern is proven to be accurate every time." So basically, you're like manifest like because according to y'all, this is how you manifest. So y'all niggas manifesting that shit, which is crazy to me. But let's talk about this Ryan Clark. And that's the other thing. I'm like, like we can understand your accomplishments, but do you like what do you like on both sides? I don't think either person should be worshipped in their relationship. So I don't think your accomplishments is necessarily like what define like your accomplishments define you in the sense of the work ethic, the perseverance, the dedication, the creativity, all of that that goes into it, the attainment that you get from working in those various fields and like specializing to those things. That's what those like factor in. Those factor into personality traits that you have outstanding. That's all your accomplishments truly really, and then maybe like finances, like however that comes in. That's what how those factor into a relationship. I don't care if you're a neurosurgeon, if you're a dickhead. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like what the fuck? I don't want to marry a dickhead. What? Why do you think you being a neurosurgeon like gets to counter you being a dickhead? And yes, you telling me every fucking 3 days that you don't have to take this shit because you're a neurosurgeon is you being a dickhead. Because I don't give a like. What do you mean you don't want to? You don't. You don't want to have to, like. I don't get it. I don't even know. I don't even know what I was trying to think about an example, but I'm like, I can't imagine any neurosurgeon being that like closed minded. I see the stripper be like, "Why the fuck would you take me to a what is it? The why the fuck would you take me to a cheesecake factory?" I see that video, that playback video, where the stripper was asking all her other stripper friends why would it be okay for a guy to take them to a cheesecake factory? And you know what? I'll say this: I agree with the stripper in that case. Because ain't no way you dated a stripper and you go take her to a cheesecake factory, bucko. Or not even date it, but like as a first date, you try to take a stripper to a cheesecake factory? Yeah. Like it's a stripper. To be fair, to be fair, like you that's like weird to me. Like, mind you, I'm not I wouldn't take a stripper on a first date, Eddie. I'm not at that point in my life where I can imagine myself doing that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for people to do. Because look, you can find love anywhere. But goddamn, nigga, you got me damned. Um, this is a funny post Simone Biles basically shared on Twitter from her end. I fucks with it. I fucks with it. It was just a very weird thing. Very weird thing. Oh, and the reason why this is all relevant again today is because now you people have empowered the white women. Well, I'll say this. There was a Packers fan that was talking about how this nigga was ain't shit and he's not good or whatever. And look, I'll say this. There's definitely more wrongs and more issues with your actual fucking defensive coach. But I know a lot of fans don't actually be fucking knowing football. And I don't know football, but I listen to niggas that know football. A lot of Packers fans, more of their defensive issues. A lot of them were blaming on their coach less than their players. They said their players should be good. I've never heard no Packers about Jonathan Owens as a safety, and I know, and that's what I'm saying. I be watching Pat. Literally, Tom Grossi is one of my favorite fucking football YouTubers. He's a Packers fan. I listened to him talk about the Packers this entire year, and he has unilaterally blamed like certain people for certain things. I've never heard him talk about Jonathan Owens in like such terrible in terrible fashion in the same way as who's the that one guy that was on the Bengals team. I think he was either safety or corner or some shit. And he would just get beat. He was on that Bengals team when during the Super Bowl run. That Bengals team. It's either that one or the one where they lost that next year against the Chiefs. One of those two. And I just because I remember there was a. To be fair, everybody were saying he always be getting beat. To be fair. Um, but yeah, nah. So it was like there was another white lady who was trying to like insert her 2 cents in there. I didn't save that video, But she was the dumb lady who was saying he's only gotten one touchdown. I'm pretty sure as well. So, but yes, now have empowered these regular fucking white folk who are doing TikTok street interviews into a crowd where they are just holding up a random photo of Jonathan Owen. You empowered her to go out and ask other white folk to. Oh, jeez. No, to be fair, they did ask other black people too, but that was clearly with closer to the end of the video where it's less people. But it's just so nasty to me because I'm gonna say this. I was talking to some other people. I was like, I'll say a good like I'll say more people are gonna recognize Simone Biles. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but that's because niggas don't respect defensive players that much, anyways. Like, how many defensive players do niggas? Or are you gonna tell me people actually recognize if you go and ask them on the street? Like, if he's not like, yeah, it's just again nasty to me, nasty to me. But Simone Biles was all like, or this lady, like, I'll say if you went and you only showed people a picture of Simone Biles, I don't know if they would be able to pick out their name. They might be like, oh, I've seen her before. She's they might be able to like pick out various traits like, oh, she was in the Olympics. Oh, she just did gymnastics. Maybe they might be able to do that, but like, I feel like y'all be like definitely like to be honest. There was even people when they were talking about Simone Biles, they didn't even know which Olympics she was in. They literally were bringing up a year when she wasn't even in the Olympics, and a whole bunch of people were fucking liking that tweet. So that's what I'm saying. Now niggas not serious. Let's play this shit. Nigga, how does that matter? How is that relevant? All right, there's so many CEOs. There's so many rich niggas. There's so many all these. You don't have to know every fucking person. Like what? We never do these. We never run these tests on all these other people who be saying they don't know the celebrity athlete or whatever before they start doing. We never be doing that. Looks familiar. All these white folk. No offense. And then he puts it. Then they put it. They clip in a random Kiki Palmer quote. And this is what I'm talking about, bro. This nigga called him said Jay Z, but he didn't even say Jay Z properly. He said Jazzy. No, I'm not asking these niggas if they know who niggas are. Like respectfully, respectfully, this nigga don't even know who Jay Z is. And they don't even know who Jay Z is. Can we be serious? Can we be serious for once? Uh, yeah. All that to say, a lot of bitter people, a lot of bitter, weird people that be on Twitter. I'm just be here, fucking laughing, geeking, talk about it sometimes. Other times not. I don't really care too much. All right, Solo Leveling came out. I watched that first episode. It was nice. Wrong ways, the wrong ways to use healing magic. I didn't even know that was going to be coming out as an anime. That's out. I gotta watch that because I love that manga too. Solo Leveling was a Korean webtoon that I was following back in a time. Like there's just a lot of good stuff out. I will say I hope the best for Solo Leveling. I watched that first episode. Didn't seem like they did like it badly. It looks like they're gonna try and like keep it true to nature. For the most part, unlike how they kind of did with God of High School, which they kind of just trying to promote the flashiness, but they kind of missed out on like a lot of what made it good. And basically, Solo Leveling is the same thing where it's like, oh yeah, the badassery, the edginess. Solo Leveling is even known for mostly, to an extent. Like those two are gonna be like the bigger things that they're gonna have to be capturing. I don't think it's gonna be that hard, but I also didn't think it should have been that hard for God of High School. I just think they focused in on the wrong things, especially since they were, trying to move it along. So I don't think, but they don't seem like they're speeding up with Soul Leveling at all. They don't seem like they're in a rush. Like literally that first episode, didn't even like um finish the like that dungeon scene. Honestly, obviously, we do have to go now more with further pacings in the show, but I think it's gonna be good. Episode two's already out. I'm probably gonna clue into it a little bit after this podcast. Um, I've been studying for this security plus cert. Go try to get that done too. I guess extra housekeeping stuff. We're only gonna be doing one a week forever, probably. I think I'm. I don't think I'm meant for that 2 a week thing unless I really have more stability with a lot of things. And even then, this is not really what I want to do for life. So we get one a week out, put stuff out with certain things. I think we can clean this shit up nicely. Um, I'm gonna have to start segmenting shit properly. So that's the other thing. Just because like with how the new form is, with like my rambling is fine sometimes, but with the length of it and everything, it can definitely be an issue. Especially if I'm not gonna segment it. I'm probably gonna instead of just purely do an hour and 15 minutes, close or pushing closer to those for those podcasts. For these podcasts now, not just blankly an hour. Maybe we'll even push to an hour 30. Depends who we have on and the likings. But I feel like there's one more thing. I guess I can talk about the Mos Def. I'll talk about this last thing, this fortunate situation that I so find myself in, bro. Bro, the Celtics better win that championship this year because I'm all this shit like. And look, technically, my friend told me because I wasn't even hip, but let me actually intro this topic properly. So the Cowboys lost, and the Black Stars lost. The Black Stars is Ghana's football/soccer team, and it's the African Cup that is going on. And geez, bro, and like I'm just upset. I'm upset for both Cowboys. To be honest, I don't. It's weird to me how everybody hypes up the Cowboys, but I feel like I'm usually pretty realistic for the Cowboys. Like I was talking to one of my other friends. We went out to eat, and I was telling him the Cowboys are like a third/fourth tier like team in the league. Like if you have the Ravens and the 49ers, that's tier one. Tier two, I would put not the Browns. I feel like the Browns were more tier three. But they were close to tier two. For a little bit I had the Eagles and the Lions in tier two. I guess at this point I would only put the Lions and what else in the AFC are we saying? And it's not like, oh, I'm like choosing teams out the willy right now. It's just I just don't know football teams like that. AFC teams. So I gotta actually like see Kansas City. I felt like people were giving Kansas City and Buffalo like a third tier type ranking, in my opinion. Texans also a third tier. There's a lot. I would say there's a lot of teams this year that were in that third, fourth tiering, and there's like I feel like the Lions is the only team I might really give up as second tier to. Cause like I thought the Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins were like basically the same amount of like goodness. I thought the Lions were a little bit better than us. I don't know why, and it's weird because a whole bunch of people will be like, "Oh yeah, that was a fluke win. That was a lucky win. That shouldn't even count as a win for the Cowboys." But at the same time, when I mentioned that I agree that we probably shouldn't have won that game, these same people are like, or if I mentioned that the Lions should have, or the Lions are better than us in my opinion, people would be like, "But you won." I'm like, "Yeah, we won a home game where we were down." And we had to rely on a referee's call to fucking seal the deal for us. Like, and they almost won it again. Like, they got to try that fucking conversion 3 times. That 2 point conversion 3 times. They tried it all 3 times. Hit a tie in the game. So it's like, yes, that's a game that could have went either way, but I'm still putting the Detroit Lions up a bit. It was theirs to lose, and they did lose it, but usually the Cowboys aren't a comeback team. So that was like so when going into the Packers, I knew the Packers were hot. As I said, I'd be following some Packers fans. So there's that. So I knew the Packers were coming hot. I knew that they were going to be good all around. I just wanted us to be competitive, and I was all like, as long as we're competitive, like I'm assuming that we should win because I felt like the Packers were the tier 4, or we were a tier 3 team. But I guess Packers have been pushing up to a tier 3 team, and Texans are looking up like there might be a tier 2 team. But let me see. What about NFC? Because like you got to keep in mind the Eagles were also up there, but they fell off. So they were supposed to be a number 2 team. I felt Buccaneers were definitely a 4. Like the Eagles should beat the Buccaneers today. So like, I'm really looking like Rams. You could argue tier 4, 3 or 4. Eagles tier 3. They look like they might sink to tier 4, but I don't believe they're tier 4 team. They should beat the Buccaneers, and that's what I'm saying. I believe that the Eagles are about to tank to play the Buccaneers on some Bucks trying to tank to avoid Miami type bullshit, and then no one could avoid Miami anyways. But yeah, no, in San Francisco, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's just to me it was obvious, but I don't even be watching football like that. But that's how basically I had the tiers. I felt like the Cowboys had the Cowboys like the Lions had the path to be a quote unquote tier 2 team, but I didn't really believe it. Like Trayvon Diggs is out in the beginning of the season. Who in our secondary do you believe in after that? Do you believe in any of our safeties? The only people who we were believing in are like on the line was D Law and Micah for the most part. And that's the defensive line. Offensive line, we here and there. Like we don't have a bad offensive line. I don't think we had a great offensive line. Like it was just I didn't understand. Like our running game was trash, and our defense, the weakness of our defense was the running game. And which is weird that we actually like ended up being middle of the pack against running teams. But like or Arizona, they ran the fuck out of us and they beat us. Fucking the Bills, they didn't even, I think they passed the ball like 3 or 4 times and they beat us just running. Like we played plenty of games where we showed our weakness and the Packers went and they abused it. They torched the secondaries when we couldn't get enough pressure out on them in time, and then they ran the ball. I don't I didn't understand that. What bothered me more was the Black Stars game because I didn't understand how we lost in the last minute. Like how you let that goal happen. And you see the worst part about it is that I knew we lost, and the Cowboys had lost too, and there was already niggas coming out the woodworks. I had Giants fans trying to talk to me after they ain't been responding to my messages, trying to tell me how you feel, Nana. Nigga, why you hating from outside the club when you can't even get in? All right. And then I get on Instagram, and the first person's Instagram who I see whenever it's like Ghana in the African Cup or some shit, I always be seeing or Ghana when it was World Cup. It's always my Nij brethren. He's always the first man I see. And he posted like fucking West African community, and it was some joint where it's all like Ghana loses 1-2 to Cape Verde, and some nigga on Twitter was all like, Ghanaians were laughing at us earlier today for drawing just for them to concede a 90th minute goal and lose to Cape Verde. I love this game. fuck you niggas, number one, all right? Disrespectfully. And then like, and this is my issue with you with Nigerians, bro. Cause they for some reason I've always been told that like, oh, it's always other Ghanaians that are starting it. It's never us. No, 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 no. We're always sitting there. But from my view, it's always y'all niggas. I don't feel like anybody else bothering niggas like that, but you niggas. And then even if there is, niggas be making jokes out of just fun. Y'all niggas make jokes out of vitriol. Alright? Like I messaged this man on his story. I was like, at this point, you post more about Ghana's team than your own. This nigga sends me voice messages, right? The first voice message, he's like calm and he's explaining in whatever. He's explaining like why that he wanted to be a good person. All right, this is the worst part about it. This nigga victimizing himself. So he was, I just wanted to be a good person. I did not want to go and troll anybody. I wanted to put my trolling days behind me. I wanted to put my trolling days behind me. And, move forward with my life. All right? Be a good boyfriend. Be a good employee. All this shit. All right? The next voice message, the first thing this nigga says, and that nigga calls me a slur. Right? Or at least that's what it sounded like to me. This nigga, like, with the most aggressive tone was all like, you fucking egg munchers. I was like, what the fuck? You fucking egg munchers, it's your fault. You niggas are the reasons why. I'm like, you egg munching niggas. I'm like, why do you have all this bass in your voice now? Like, where's that self-control? Like, you just think about niggas, you balling your fist up. The worst part about it, he's done that before too. Like, and that's what I'm saying. I should niggas be the most haters because like this is one of our other friends, like way back when, used to annoy the shit out of him sometimes. So I remember I was hanging out with this nigga, and my other friend that annoys him wasn't even there. But like we just brought up this nigga's name, and this nigga started like talking about him, and he was balling his hands into a fist already, like that Arthur meme. And they just had it on his hip. I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? Can you calm down? But going off though, I was all like, the way you said egg munching niggas gotta be a slur. Got heated just off your memories. Cause what? Calm down. And then I was all like, man, I don't even be checking IG. I didn't even know y'all had a draw. And then he was all like, bruh, y'all niggas was talking shit about a draw. And I'm like, look. And I was like, then I told him, I was like, your shit come up first for me every time. And then he was all like, at least let us lose. This nigga was getting mad. Then I was all like, I get you. I know what you mean. But I'm all like, this nigga saying like, he's saying like it's the last straw. And he sent a few more voice memos. And I'm all like, I usually wait till the match days are over. Cause I'm like, if you can't, cause this is what I even did to him when the World Cup happened, and then the Nigerians didn't qualify for the World Cup, and then they had a whole bunch of shit to say, and I was on that same boat where I was all like, how you hating from outside the club when you can't even get in? Shout out Chris Breezy, slap a nigga real quick. Shout out Will Smith. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's that real smoke. That's that real hater mentality that I come with. I can't talk shit on the match days like that, especially not before we get a win when we're playing the same day. Which is another thing. Why does it feel like Nigeria always got the earlier game? Like their game is either a day or two before ours or just earlier in the day than us. Like there's almost never a chance for Nigerians to talk shit first, to be fair. Like I don't even understand why. That's just how it's always been. But geez. And then, cause I was like, if Ghana went first, it would be the other way around. Niggas would be talking shit. And then that's what I was all like, y'all Nigerians be having a victim complex. I be peeping. And then he was all like, victim? Brother, shut up. Then I was all like, nah, it's like, cause everybody, like, no matter what, like, when you playing a game or you doing sports with niggas, you gonna talk shit to them at first. Like, everybody talks shit, is supposed to talk shit in the beginning a little bit, a little rah, rah, rah type shit, right? And it's all like I'm like, we just trying to laugh at shit. And then I was like, then y'all be taking all that shit personal. And then he was like, we want to laugh and talk shit too. But then he was all like, but when we clap back, we are the big bad wolves of the continent. And then I was all like, y'all niggas just egg shade. Y'all niggas not big bad wolves. You're a leprous. No, let me stop. You're just egg shaming me, bro. What are you talking about? Like, nigga, eggs are versatile, okay? Eggs are good. You know what? Fuck it, I'm airing niggas out. This nigga told me he told me egg stew was one of his favorite too. When we were conversing about it. All right, I remember. I know how much you like eggs too, nigga. But no. When it's us, it's too much eggs. Fuck it. All right. I just want my teams to win. All right. Celtics, y'all niggas at least better make it into the finals. Like, barring injury, of course, which, honestly, the only person who I'm really taking it, and I'm saying that, like, y'all don't, because I feel like you guys, they can make it to the injury, whether it's Tatum or Brown getting injured. Like, one of the two. Obviously, both, nah. But one of the two, I can see it. If Porzingis, I can see an issue. Because then we're, like, really weak at that position against Giannis and Embiid. So, but other than that, like, the Celtics should make it to the finals. All right, y'all niggas better make it. Don't you dare sell me. All right. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to make it into qualifier. Like, you can't. It's always sucked to lose the first day of match days too. You want to make sure that you're able to fucking make it in. But hey, I guess that's just the luck of the draw. The unfortunate part of it. But that's just talking podcast. So, all right. Okay. I'm going to catch y'all. Drink some water. All right. Be careful. It's snowing. It's snowing. All right. So, y'all folk, be careful outside and them shits. All right. It's a crazy day out there. This is Nij checking out, hoping that my teams win.
That was the Just Talking Podcast.